All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is our first podcast, our first video podcast for On the Rise Music. I'll be your host. My name is Jake. Today, our guest is DJ Steve Arias, aka one half of the Neckbreakers. How's it going, man? Thanks for stopping by.
Hey, how's it going? Pleasure to be here. I'm such an honor to be on the first episode of On the Rise. I just want to say I respect what you guys are doing for the culture. I'm happy to be a part of it. And yeah, I'm ready to share my journey with you guys and with everybody else and everybody that will watch this video, the progress that they'll see from this point on out.
All right. So it says here that you began DJing when you were 14. Was there anybody in particular that you like looked at when you were growing up and you're like, yo, I really want to be like them? Like, was there anyone that inspired you to get into it?
Yeah, when I first got into it, I had two influences. One of them was my uncle, and then the other one would be DJ AM. When I was younger, my uncle was already a DJ, doing local parties, big events, big corporate events. I used to just get a couple bucks here and there. I was pretty much like a roadie. Help him set up, sit down, and in between, I guess what you would call a restroom DJ, he would use the restroom. I would just hop on, and I loved it. Like as soon as I touched the tables, I fell in love with it. Found the passion for it, and then DJ AM, rest in peace, really inspired me how to break the boundaries of cross genres and mixing, scratching, just the whole nine. And I just loved his whole style, his whole steez, and the way he just put things together that just were unorthodox. And that's something I definitely implemented in the way I DJ as well.
Okay. Now, when you say that you were like a roadie, is that how you really learned to like do all the different like things with the turntable and everything?
Yeah, so I kind of got the gist of getting over stage fright. I would say that's probably was the big one. Don't get me wrong, like those traditional family parties, they could be cruel. They could be hard on you.
Trust me, I get it.
You know what I mean? Especially like us Latinos, like you got to pay the proper stuff.
For sure.
That helped me get over my stage fright. But when I learned was a buddy of mine, he goes by Gerard Groove. Shout out to him, Tech Avenue Records. I used to roll with him in his younger days. He used to do a bunch of club events, house parties, just anything just to get his name out there. And I would roll with them. I mean, I'm 26 now. He was my age when I met him when I was 14. And he really was a huge influence, just really grinding and just using CDJs almost as turntables, scratching them. And he would always we just used to hang out at his house. We would have it set up there. And I used to just love hopping on it whenever he was not practicing. And there was one day I hopped on it, had no idea what the hell I was doing. But on my headphones, I'm hearing a one channel Red Hot Chili Peppers. On the other side, I got Benny Benazzi. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, okay. And then I'm messing around with the mix fader. I'm like, wait, what the hell? They're both playing together. I got the background of Benny Benazzi, Satisfaction, with Red Hot Chili Peppers, Danny California. Yeah. I'm like, yo, this is amazing. This is cool. And I remember I just kept at it like all day. And I loved it. And ever since then, I didn't stop. And what I started doing, I mean, I was so young, wasn't even legal to work. I used to just go hit up Sam Ash, Guitar Center before they even had DJ stuff. And I would just mess with their mixers for hours, like literally for hours. I have my close friends that would just be there hearing me. I just used to just spend all my time there. So eventually I saved up some money the same year, bought the exact same DJ set off Gerard, bought his own DJ set off him because I loved it so much. It was a pair of CDJs, and that's how I started learning, and it all just went up from there.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, it's really interesting. I hear a lot of stories about people when they talk about like how they learn, just thrown right into the thick of it. You just got to figure it out on your own. So that's pretty sick.
Yeah, you just got to go in there and do it. And if you love it, you're just wanting to keep doing more.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you mean. So you said when you were 16, you got your first like real professional gig. What was that like? I mean, you obviously weren't old enough to be in. Was it 18? Wait, 18 and older?
They were 21 and over.
Wow.
And yeah, it was such an honor. Like I said, I was barely 2 years in DJing.
Yeah,
I was decent then. I wouldn't say I was good. I was decent, but I had to drive. I had to hustle, and I just knew it's what I wanted to do. But it might cost me one day, like, hey, this big promoter, he needs a DJ. We know you. Do you want to go for it? Now, keep in mind, I had no clue what I was getting into, but I just knew I wanted to just get out there. Yeah. And I was like, hell yeah, I did it. Went with the promoter, and as soon as I got there, it's 21 over. I'm like, fuck, I'm not getting to this place.
High school ID and everything.
The promoter's like, you know what? It's cool. Don't worry. Takes me through a back door, lets me in. I go on, play. It goes good. Don't get me wrong, it was nerve-wracking the first time. And then I stuck with the same people since day one. And ever since then, so I became legal, they were just sneaking me through the back and hired me event after event. And it was amazing. You know, I got to start off from like clubs like Arena, all the way up to doing things like Avalon, Velasco, Sound Nightclub. And it just kept going. The clientele just kept hiring and hiring. And I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I've heard stories about, like, you know, Smokey Marzilla is.
No, I'm not familiar.
He's like a really young rapper, like with ASAP Mob and like same exact thing. He was like 13, 14, and he was trying to sneak into clubs just so he could perform with ASAP Mob. That's really funny. Like, damn, that's crazy. Were they hassling you for like ID and everything?
What was that?
Were they hassling you for ID and everything?
No. Surprisingly, no. I became such a regular there, such a regular face of playing there, that they just accepted it. Like, oh yeah, no, that's the DJ. He's good. I would literally I came to a point where I would walk straight to the front. There'd be a long line. Everybody to walk all the way to the front. Like, oh, I'm DJ so and so. Like, oh, you're with. Okay, yeah, come right in. Yeah. And it was just like that.
How did your family like accept this? Because like I know you're a Latino, so like if you don't have like a traditional job, like I know I'm going through the same things too. Like I'm trying to find stuff with fashion, with music, whatever it may be. So like if you don't have a traditional job, like you're gonna get a lot of backlash. So how did your family like accept it?
Yeah, it's definitely very unorthodox coming from a Latino family. You know, we believe in working hard.
Yeah,
which is amazing. But for me, I just had such a drive for it. And as a youth, I was a troublemaker. I'm not gonna lie. I got into a lot of trouble, got into fights. I just wasn't in the right state of mind when I was adolescence. And when I found music, it really just got me disciplined. It got me focused. I found something that I really loved, even before putting myself. And I just put all my focus from that. It kept me out of trouble. And if anything, it brought me closer to people. And I loved it. And my mom was a big fan about it. If that worked for me, she was all for it. She's like, go for it, do what you love. Her only rule was, you know, go out, play. And don't get me wrong, I was like still in high school, coming home like at 3 a.m. after the club. Yeah. And her number one rule is, as long as you make it back home safe and you get good grades. That was just her only thing. As soon as you start messing up in school, it's done. Cool. And we kept that, and it just kept going, you know. And so she was happy for it. And even today, I'm still hustling for it. They still think it's a little unorthodox, but I'm old enough to say, hey, it's my life. This is what I love to do. I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get my parents like, yo, like there's a chance that something can come from it. So why not just gamble on it? You know what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah, right. Nobody will ever believe your vision bigger than you know it yourself.
Exactly. That's what I'm telling everybody. Like, hey, I understand you don't trust me, but just believe in me. That's all I'm asking.
Yes, 100%.
You still DJ for families? Do you still like have like the like go back to like where you started and still mess around with like your family members and stuff?
Yeah, so now, you know, every now and then, same uncle I started with, he's still doing the big events, corporate events. I mean, shoot, with him, I got to DJ anything from like a quinceañera to the Ritz-Carlton, and he'll hit me up still for these events. So now, coming from the roadie, now I'm the main DJ, the main act of the night, from when I first started with him to now being right there. So yeah, I'll still collaborate with those people, other entertainment companies, whatever it is. If it pays well and I'm gonna have a good time doing it, I'm there. So yeah, I still do those on the side.
Yeah, that's what's up. Now you said you went to college. What school did you go to, and like how did you get like involved with like sororities and fraternities, or was it just like someone just put your name in there?
Yeah, so like I said, mom's number one rule: you want to DJ, you got to get good grades.
Yep.
And you know, from doing that, I started getting accepted into different colleges. I went to different places. I went to like UC Merced, San Diego State, but nothing was quite like home. So I went back home. I'm from Northridge, so I went to Cal State Northridge. Shout out to all my Matadors out there. Yeah, you know, when I went in there, I really just wanted the full college experience. So I stopped doing a lot of the club events. I stopped doing the traditional parties, and I just got really focused with school. And then naturally, I was like, you know what? I really want to enjoy college. I'm only gonna be here so long.
Mhm.
joined a great fraternity. And from there, they were just like, oh, we love DJs. We always need DJs at our events. Did one, went well. Sure thing I know, I got sororities calling me. I got school events calling me like, hey, can you come
Yeah.
perform here or there? It would even be like, if it was just for like athletic sports, they would have a DJ. They hit me up. I was like, I'm all for it. And I loved it because now I was with like-minded people, same age group, that just wanted to have fun, just let loose.
Exactly.
And so I went all in with it. And that's how I really just got into it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I have a roommate of mine who does the same exact thing. Like now that I think about it, like talking to you and like getting to know you a little bit more, same exact thing. Like his boys in his frat, and they're like, "Yo, let's just run you. Like we'll just have you as our DJ." So yeah, it's kind of interesting. You see the parallels and everything.
Yeah, and I
It's kind of
definitely
sick.
agree that it is a good way to get exposed.
Oh, totally.
And I highly suggest it to anyone that's becoming a DJ. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of college in general.
Oh, totally. Yeah, I'm in college too, so I know exactly what you're saying. Like, hey, just have this is literally your last step before you enter the real world. So just
Exactly. It's that last
run with
hurrah
the
before you
freedom.
go into adulthood.
Exactly. But now you said that you went to you started working with I'm sorry, Anonymous Studios.
Yeah.
Was that like so what exactly was that? And just like go into detail.
Okay, so for a lot of people who don't know, and shout out to my Anonymous fam, Anonymous Studios is a studio essentially, and they have anything from, you got people like A-Track to DJ Vice to Kenny
Oh,
Jones
wow.
coming in and out working there. And not only that, some of them are actually the professors there. Now, after DJing so long and doing the clubs, I remember I just had this epiphany where I was just like, I looked at my buddy. He goes by DJ Poetic. He's the other half of the Neckbreakers. Shout out to him.
Okay.
I remember just looking at him. I was like, man, aren't you just tired of like playing the same songs, different remix that the next DJ is gonna play after us or play before us? And I was just like, man, like it really bothered me because I was DJing so much. I was like, man, I want to DJ something original,
Yeah.
my own music essentially. So I was looking at different programs, and like I said, I was going to school already. I was very busy, and I was a broke college student. So I'm like looking
Yeah,
for
I
the
get
most,
it.
So I'm looking for something affordable but yet professional. I came across Anonymous. It was fairly new. It was a collective of young producers that were teaching other producers,
Okay.
and they were helping them work on music. And I really loved their curriculum. It was a one-on-one mentorship. There was no classes. It was just me, my mentor. I could ask any questions, free form. Cool. From right there, I just started learning how to produce music, everything from arrangement to mastering. And sure enough, I started making my own music. And that's the position I'm in currently. Anonymous Studios has helped me how to make great music. Not only that, have great connections to people. And has also brought along opportunities. And I just see them doing bigger and bigger things and seeing younger artists coming out of it that I'm befriending now that I'm already a graduate. And yeah, I'm happy. It's just a collective of artists.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, that's what I've been telling like a lot of friends that it's like strength in numbers. You just gotta even if like especially in the beginning when you don't really know anything, just learn from other people, collaborate, push each other to be better. Because like, hey, excuse me, like this is the beginning. I know you can be better, and I know you can be better. So just keep pushing each other back and forth.
Exactly. And that's what Anonymous does. And they really strive on that with collaborating with artists. And like I said, not only that, I'm seeing like literally like my icons coming in and out of these studios, and it's so down to earth. Like the people I used to look up to, looking at them on stage from the crowd, now I'm talking to them, hanging them out, listening to their tracks. They're listening to my tracks and just giving me feedback, and there's nothing but positive vibes, and I loved it. It's like if you're really about it, there are people that will support you,
Oh,
and
for
you're
sure.
gonna meet people along the same mindsets, just like college. It's just very
Yeah.
similar. And yeah, to this day, I keep a very close connection to everyone at Anonymous, and they're always reaching out, they're always supporting, and yeah, it's been a great experience to be able to do that with them.
Now the Neckbreakers. You want to go into detail a little bit on that and like the dynamic and everything?
Yeah, so like I said, it's me, myself, DJ Poetic. He actually reached out to me a couple years ago. He was a good friend of mine for many years. Had really great taste in music. This is like the rise of like bass music. And I'm talking about like the sound of like Jungle Terror, trap EDM for like the first time.
Oh,
And like
okay.
dubstep started changing a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And me, I remember like during the time when it came to EDM, I think I was like a big trance head. Still love trance, but when that sound came out, I was just like, holy shit, like this headbanging shit, this is where it's at. I love this stuff. But I just wasn't too familiar. Met my buddy, he's like, hey, I want to learn how to DJ. I have people always come up to me, hey, if I pay you, can you teach me how to DJ?
Mm-hmm.
Me, naturally, I love it so much. I'm like, you know what? Watch me DJ and just take notes. Like, I would just be glad to show you just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
But with him, he had the drive. And not only that, he had such amazing music. And I was like, dude, like, let's just practice one-on-one. Like, let's do like a battle here and there for a song. And I loved it. And I was like, you know what? I really am liking the sound that's coming out. You got good taste in it. Why don't we create something like an all bass group, incorporate some hip hop in there and just mash it up, but focus mostly on the bass and the hard styles of EDM. And that's what we did. And sure enough, we came up with the group, the Neckbreakers. I mean, the name speaks for itself.
Yeah.
And before I know it, you know, I already had some connections to Hollywood from my past experiences.
Yeah.
We started doing those same clubs with each other and started fucking rocking Hollywood everywhere, and people loved it. And from that point on, we just kept it going.
Yeah, that's crazy. Just to do what you love with your best friend.
Like for myself, that would be the harder styles of my DJing comes from the Neckbreakers.
Okay. Yeah. That's I would only imagine what it's like to do what I love, like with my best friend. So that must be like, damn, that's like a dream come true then, honestly.
Oh, dude, it's so much fun.
How long have you known DJ Poetic?
Poetic, I've known him for now. I think we're going close to a little bit past a decade, about 11 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so around like when you first started DJing?
When we first started DJing, we started doing it back in 2014. So 6 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. So he's like family then, essentially.
Pretty much, yeah. That's my boy.
Shout
out DJ Poetic. Hope you're watching this right now.
And then let's see. So like when you first started producing, like making your own music and like producing your own music, was there a point when you were like, I don't really know what I'm doing and like I want to give up? Or was it always like because of Anonymous that you were able to just create music that was just insane?
Yeah, so for me, it went the opposite. So I was already good with the DJing, but when it came to music production, that was a whole different language to me. Yeah. I had no idea what I was doing. It was super technical. I remember my primary DAW, DAW as we call it, is Ableton Live.
Okay. Yeah.
I used Serato, so I was like, you know what? You could use Ableton with Serato to like use samples, MIDI controllers. I was like, you know what? Maybe I will get the hang of it. Bought it. Didn't even freaking touch it. I tried it once. I'm like, all right, this thing's complicated. Kept it in the back burner. But little by little, I started meeting people that were beat makers. So I would just kind of go hang out with them, kind of see what they're doing. They still didn't really know what they were doing. Mm-hmm. So I was just doing it here and there for fun. The beats were shitty. Mad shitty. I didn't know anything about mixing, mastering, nothing. Just basic arrangement. And then that's when I was kind of like, man, I'm done with this. Like, I don't even want to do this. I'm just the talent. I'm just the DJ. I don't know about this technical crap. Mm-hmm. But like I said, when I started getting older and, you know, going to college, I started making a decision like, okay, yeah, I want to do something professionally in the workplace. But also, I've been going at it with this DJing thing, this music thing for so long. I can't just quite give up, even though I already was at that point like, all right, you know what, I had fun. But I was like, no, I just want to do this. Like, I've been thinking about this for 10 years. I got to take it to the next level. And that's when I reached out to Anonymous. And from that point on, when I go back and produce, now I know all the tools that I'm doing. I know how to go about it, how to create a proper workflow, and to get things done faster, to keep those creative juices going. And so now it's just nothing but game at this point.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And don't get me wrong, it's still, no one song will ever be the same as the last.
Oh,
so
sure.
It's still ever evolving and ever learning.
Yeah, every new day is a new experience to learn something.
Yeah, it's just now I learn how to go about it in a more creative, more fun, more free-flowing way.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really listen to much EDM music, but like from what you're saying and everything, like I also watched your EDC, the YouTube video you
Yeah.
uploaded a couple weeks ago, and I was like listening to it and I was like designing stuff and everything, and I was like, dude, this is good. Like you don't, it's like your mixes, you don't stick to one specific genre. You like, I really like how you like expanded and you were using like you're using rock, you were using rap, you were using pop. It was just everything that was coming together. And like, to be honest, that's where like that's like the that was, it was good. It felt good. I was vibing. So
Awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that. And
um
yeah, and it's the music is just an extension of myself and what I like in music. But I mean, putting it to the test and playing in crowds, if it's making them happy, I'm happy. So I'm glad to hear that when someone says that they're having a good time listening to my mixes.
yeah. Have you played any like festivals or anything yet, or gotten any like invitations within the last couple of years?
Um, Not exactly, and there's a reason why. When I started doing the production, and that's where I said the current state of mind where I'm at right now, I'm really trying to build a catalog of music and try to go
Okay.
about it properly.
Yeah.
Some people jump into it. I mean, it's just like it's no different than rap artists. You have one hit wonders, and yeah, you know what I mean. And it's no
Exactly.
different with the DJs because whatever you make now, someone's just gonna reinvent it within 6 months from now, and they're gonna do it better.
Mhm.
So I just been working on my craft and just getting ready to send it to labels. I already got some music there, and so I could get to the point where I feel like I deserve to be before I reach out to the festivals, the headliners, because I mean, don't get me wrong, they're listening to dozens and hundreds of thousands of demos, but it's only the ones that stay persistent and that have more music coming out, say every month, or just persistent, are the ones that they want. And that's where I'm trying to be at. But with that said, before then, yeah, I've done little events here and there, like little desert parties.
Mhm.
The club is primarily where I'd say that I really am. Um, but slowly working up towards the festivals, just going about it in the right way.
Yeah, yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, that was really interesting what you said about the one hit wonders. People who typically like just think it's easy, just think it comes really easy. That like they may have like a knack for music or something, and they just somehow hit it big, and all of a sudden it's like when it comes down to the like the reality of everything, and you got to continue coming out with like hits. You're not gonna go anywhere because I mean it would you just hit an algorithm, a lucky like chance. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's really
exactly.
interesting what you said.
And another thing that I've learned, there's a whole business side to this whole thing.
Oh, for sure.
And you want to be linked up with the right people, the right management, the right team that are going to show your creativity in the right way, but also take care of you financially, your
Hmm.
health, your safety. And that's another part too. And that's slowly where I'm at too. I slowly started building a team. Shout out to them for all their help. And, we're just, when you have that, you see the things that you don't see behind closed doors
Oh,
that they're looking
definitely.
out for. Like when I'm on stage, there's certain things that I can't do, but they
Hmm.
will do. Make sure the sounding is right, the lighting is right, the visuals are right. And that's another thing too that people need to keep in mind. Build a good team. And not only that, they want to work with you because they believe in you.
Yeah, exactly.
Other than that, they wouldn't waste their time. And so
Definitely.
that's something also that I'm currently in right now while I'm making the music. And then when that time comes, I'll know the proper people to reach out to what festivals I want to work with, and so on.
Hmm. Now, your team that you mentioned, are they just like close friends of yours that have been with you like through this whole thing, or are they people that you've met that know a little bit more that you're kind of wanting to that you want them on your team that you've
Yeah,
kind of just met like in passing?
yeah. Surprisingly, they are people that have actually just believed in me that I met along the way. I
Hmm.
mean, eventually we created a bondship,
Yeah.
and most of it was through music somehow, some way. And I would always talk to them about my goals and what I want to do. And I've had, just here and there, like, oh, like even if it's something small as a repost, making flyers, people
Yeah.
coming out with like my logo, for instance, things like that. I love that. And that's 100%. They didn't have to do that, but they took the time to want to, and they still are there. And now they just see it little by little, the outcomes of it. And so they stuck around. And yeah, they take care of me as much as I take care of them.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm trying to start my brand a little bit. really, really small, like nothing major right now, but same thing. Like I'm looking for people who like really believe in me, like that know, that'll just trust me because they see like the drive and like the tenacity that I have for, and the
Yeah,
passion for what I have. So.
yeah, and they will see it.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I guess we'll wrap it up a little bit. I understand like you're a busy man, you got things to do. But I just want to ask you one last question.
Yeah.
Any artists that you are noticing right now that you want to just give a shout out to, like up and coming, or people that just haven't had their, like that are kind of just like looked over? Anybody in general?
Ooh, good question.
Anyone you want to put on too?
Um, One person I will give a shout out to, who was one of the main people later on in my clubbing career that's already taking off, is my boy Bentley. Shout out to you, Bentley. He goes by the group of Pixel Terror. I know they're doing great things. They actually are traveling, doing festivals. I want to give a shout out to him, to my boy Poetic, who's the one half of the Neckbreakers. Um, and honestly, to everybody that's out there on SoundCloud that's just creating these crazy ass mixes, mashups, everything. To you guys, the mix that I'm gonna be presenting, I feel like it was only right that I'm gonna feature artists that are coming up as well. So
Yeah.
that's what the mix will consist of, also. And honestly, I mean, it's really hard to pinpoint who, what. I would say my anonymous fam, all the people that are coming out of there, that collective, making great music. People from the Horsemen to Leo, you guys know who you are. You guys see what you guys are doing. You guys are making great work, and to you guys for making this on the
Yeah, of
rise.
course.
Like I said, it's an honor to be here, and I love what you guys are doing for the culture for us. And I look forward to seeing who else will be featured on here. You just never know where they're gonna go.
Exactly. That's what we're hoping. We're hoping to just give somebody that little push and get them out there, give them enough exposure, enough for them to like start to get that ball rolling, and hopefully something comes from it. So,
Yes.
all right then, man. It was great talking to you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I look forward to seeing big things from you.
Thank you. I appreciate you for having me on, and I wish you the best of luck on your career.
Thanks,
And
bro.
like I said, shout out to everybody that will be featured on here from this point out. Shout out to you guys. I wish you guys the best.
And thank you everybody for watching. This was our first podcast episode of On the Rise Music. Again, we have our guest DJ Steve Arias, one part of the Neckbreakers collective. Stay tuned for other videos. Thanks.
Later, guys.